And there we go. I've got the microphone on. And, yep, that's not me drawing. Well, actually, it was way back when. Anyway, we had it, left it sitting there for a while, showing what it looked like during that daytime eruption. And I thought that was pretty cool, you guys. Anyway, that's Cumbre Vieja from last year. So, pretty awesome. Pardon me. And welcome, everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board today. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where the weather can't make up its mind whether it's going to rain or something. Sunshine or anything else that we can see. So, no worries. We'll see what happens. I put the bunny bowl in the dispenser just to make sure we don't get wet bunny food, and that's all good. So, the man in blue, please watch your capital letters there, lowercase only in the chat. Otherwise, you'll find yourself getting removed. So please, let's not do that. That's a term of yelling, and we don't need to do that. So if you could be so kind and watch your capital letters. Also, restrain from using too many emojis. And we do have a limit of 5, and I'm sure with 5 emojis you can express most of the wonderful feelings that you want to get out, for lack of better words. Anyway, welcome to all of you. First off, our wonderful moderators. We have Arizona Snowman is in the house. Welcome. Piggy is in here as well. Welcome, Piggy. And I don't know if you've seen Piggy. I left your cart out there earlier, and it's all good. And you can zoom around with the rest of those crayons that you got there. I also seen Lucas Snow, so welcome, Lucas. And then we usually have others running around, like Joseph Fields Official, and possibly 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, Gary, and anyway, we'll see what happens. So that is all good. Okay, sing too many emojis, okay? I just finished saying no more than 5, all right? So let's try to do that. That would be really nice. That way you're not spamming the chat. So anyway, what we are looking at on the screen here, of course, is Cumbre Vieja volcano. And that was from, I said the 26th earlier there. It's the 25th. My apologies for that. And that's kind of the little bit of a rerun that we're looking at. Since we don't have any wonderful, fresh, hot, brand new volcanoes that we can observe at a close proximity. So, yeah, sing just like that. That's not welcome. And that will get you a timeout, okay? If it happens again, then we'll help you out the door. Very simple, very strict rules here, Sing, and we don't tolerate anything. All right, there we go. We'll carry on with this, and let's see. Anyway, that actually does look pretty awesome on the screen, you gotta admit. That is pretty wild. So, anyway, I'm gonna say hi to everyone in here. But Ragnar, a little Fisher is off-gassing a bit. Yeah, we know that. We'll have a look at it. Don't you worry. And anyway, let's see. Who the heck was it that was in here first today? I already forgot. Oh no, that is pretty bad. Oh my God, I forgot who was first. Hang on, I'll think of it. I'm looking back to see if I can figure it out. because I did say that person was number one. You guys chatted so much, it went away on me. Help me out. Who was number one today? And now my chat won't go back down. What the heck is going on? Raymond, there he is. Now that rings a bell. There we go. We got it. It's under control again. There we go. That darn thing took off so quickly. There. Raymond gets the cookies. So anyway, that happens sometimes. If sometimes I can write that down and remember it, it'll stick, and then other times it's just boom, gone. I don't get it. But anyhow, LA from Denmark. Denmark, the land of cheese. Okay. No, Sophie is from Denmark. I think the land of cheese. Land of cheese and marzipan. I love it. It's all right. Anyway, welcome to all of you, and I'll start out by saying hello to Sophie and Gura and LA, and Sharon Stewart is in the house. Duchess of Elements is back. Did we get Sophie? Yeah, we got Sophie. King Colin Deadman. And there's that Sharon Stewart again. Juliet, welcome. And that is awesome. I'm just kidding around here. It's okay, you guys. Love having everyone on board. The Man in Blue, welcome. And going up some more, of course, Raymond Bensler, who I got the cookies today. Yay. That is awesome, Raymond. Where are you from? LA? That is a very interesting question. I'm located here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada right now. But I'm actually originally from Germany. But we'll leave that alone for another discussion, perhaps. Sarah Miles is in the house. Spooky Avocado also made it back. Welcome, you guys. We got King Colin Deadman. King Colin Deadman, they were talking about your moat and stale water. To get rid of that, you pour some gasoline on there, toss a match in, and get rid of those mosquitoes in no time. I'm kidding. Don't do that. You'll ruin the water. Anyway, the stale water. Mars 2028 is back in here as well. Singh, welcome. And let's go up a little bit more here. Grandma B is in the house. Joseph Field Official is here. Yay. Did I mention Kevin Haynes? He's here. Definitely. And welcome, Kevin. Linda Schoof also here. Scott Hartman made it back in. Good to see you. Andy Morgan also here. Going up a little bit more. Gura is in the house. And all right, I think the rest. Oh no, we've got more. Hermione is here, of course. Duchess, we got. All right, going up, looking for who else may have been on the list here or is on the list. Going, looking. We got Sharon Stewart saying, I hear you, yes. And we're going up a little bit further to see who else made it in. I'm trying to read as quickly as possible and scroll at the same time. It's like watching a movie. And going up a little bit more here. Okay. Looking. I'm not seeing any other names here. Oh, Tetra. There we go. Finally. Tetra is in the house. Welcome, Tetra. Going up some more. Echo. I hear an echo. Echo the bot. Welcome. Glad to have you on board here. Okay, I'm back up as far as I can. Up at the top. Going back all the way to the bottom. And okay, I'm the one-eyed spook tonight, so it's difficult. Oh, you're one-eyed. Oh, I hope your depth perception is okay. And we'll see what happens. No music. Storm Chaser 1211. Welcome, Storm Chaser 1211. You're late for the music. It was on earlier. Is he not hearing me? Maybe somebody type in. Yeah, thanks, Lucas. Doc is talking now, Storm Chaser. You might want to make sure you're live. Yeah, exactly. That would help. And speaking of storm chasers, we also have Dinkle Storm Chaser, Barbara. She's there too, but she's probably laying in her swimming pool and enjoying herself. So that's kind of what we got. All right, somebody's scribbling all over the screen. Let's advance that a little bit. There we go. Anyway, Bill is here. Welcome, Bill. Glad to have you on board. Henry Nelson also made it in. I know I didn't call your name out. And all right. Okay, Storm Chasers up to date. Excellent. All right. Well, anyway, let's. What? Mimi. Maui. Mimi Maui. I hope I said that right. Welcome. That's kind of a little different name, but okay. Are you from Hawaii by chance? Anyway, so a few new faces in the channel, that's all right. And we don't mind that, not at all. So anyway, let's get at the show and really go through the stuff that we usually deal with. Duchess, of course, Duchess, we know you're in Hawaii. All right, Hawaii. Yes, I know that extra O. That was a typo because the I is right next to the O. So we can see typos and read that stuff. Let's pop over to our wonderful stuff here. I'm going to turn off or use my magic powers and freeze Cumbre Vieja, and we will go over to wonderful Sicily and have a quick peek at Mount Etna. And of course, it being nighttime over there, we don't get to see a heck of a lot. By the way, you guys, I had Windows update happening on my computer, so things are displaced again. Anyway, we do see an out of focus star up there, and everything else seems to be out of focus here, but that is okay. We can't see a heck of a lot there. Anyway, Mount Etna is hiding in the darkness. This is kind of what it looked like earlier today, though. Yeah, that's it, Sophie. A dark power. We've got the power. We can make it happen. All right. There we go. I did take a few minutes to make a short little time lapse of what it looked like this afternoon at Mount Etna in Sicily, and that's what we're looking at here. And it is a time lapse. So, hey, Judy L, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. As we can see, it was fairly cloudy. And again, the clouds weren't moving that quickly. This is a time lapse, so of course that makes everything look like it's going 900 miles an hour. And that is not the case. It just merrily went along there, and that mouse keeps popping in there. Little hand. Why does he show up all the time? I know why. It's because I forget to click the magic button that says don't show the mouse. But anyway, as you can see, it is pretty cool. Yeah, thanks, Arizona Snowman. And yeah, pretty much we see you know, at least we're not seeing any fires there or anything like that, and kind of just a little bit too much cloud happening for us to really get a good idea of what's going on, and that's kind of what we're seeing. Anyway, I think this was not quite 2 minutes, so I'll just let it finish. Then we will move on and go over to our wonderful, yes, this is Mount Etna in Sicily, and that is exactly where it is. Unfortunately, it's not erupting anymore. It's gone quiet on us. Still some smoke coming, but not too bad. Hey, Setronics, welcome. Glad to have you on board, and good to see you. All right, so leaving there, and we'll fly over to Iceland real quick, and we'll have a look at Iceland. Wow, Satronics throws in a €1 super chat already. Thank you kindly. Gonna write that down. Satronics. There we go, and €1 super chat. There we go. Okay, so got that written down. Anyway, yeah, at that point, we don't see it all that well right now because of the angle of the sun and where it was sitting. Earlier, it was kind of like a rainbow going across the lens, and this is kind of what we were seeing. And as time progressed, if we go ahead, actually I'd probably work better with 10 seconds at a time. You can see that a rainbow moving across the screen, and yes, that is from the sun going through the cloudy haze that's happening there. So it is in fact a rainbow. It's just the way we're looking at it is a little bit different. Anyway, I'm going to put that back a bunch of hours, about 6 hours ago, and kind of get an idea of what it was looking like. And it was pretty quiet. Again, doing very little. We do see more heat plumes coming off, and on occasion we're still seeing whispers of smoke, which is fine, and really doesn't matter. But that is Ragnar. That is in Iceland for those very very nice. Cool. Okay, I can't see. Here is Mars. No, this isn't Mars. This right here, this is Ragnar, and that is pretty cool. And by the way, when you're looking at this, when you look at this here, and I'm going to guesstimate a height, our little guys here. So this is probably about, I go 30 meters, about 90 feet right in here, height-wise. So that might give you a little bit of a better idea of how tall that actually is. We had the guys, actually there were guys that climbed up here and looked over, and it you know, really gave some scale to the situation. But this is foolish and dangerous to even approach this thing. Everything is still very hot underneath there, and you have literally, you've got hot magma down underneath there. And if you end up in a spot where there's a very thin crust over top and it breaks through, you're done. And okay, I'm not sure who the fella is with the Arabic writing there, but if you come into this channel, please, you're speaking English, or we don't want you here. It's pretty simple. It's English only, please. So kindly use Google Translate if you need to, and let's keep it as English. Only a fool would be climbing that volcano right now. You bet, Mars. And I don't want to sound rude, but we've had a few, okay? We've had a few. And they are really not thinking things through by any means, as far as I'm concerned. So, anyhow, that's what we're seeing, or seeing a few hours ago, 16:52 Iceland time. Right now, of course, it's because it's kind of at a dusk point. We do have the sun going down, giving a beautiful sunset for the town of Reykjavik, or city of Reykjavik, and that is what we're seeing there. And this is the sun actually set today, so it'll be a couple of hours yet. It'll start getting light again, but that is a really, really nice little bit of a sunset, and I thought I'd share that with you guys. Also, I noticed when I was looking at the pictures here on the time lapse of Notthagi Valley, of course, and you can see things fairly clearly. Still quite steamy down here, and you know, even some of those areas where that lava is only about 20 meters thick, it is still holding a lot of heat. So that is pretty awesome, you guys. And of course, up on the top here, that's where it was coming out of Geldingadarler and flowing down into Notthagi here. And then the other two, well, it's actually, I call it two spots. This overflow here was from the eastern side of southern Meridalia, or the western side over here. And the east berm and the west berm kind of got busted through, and it all flowed down. Not all at once, but it definitely did, and filled up the valley floor. Not as much lava as everyone was thinking, and over here on this side is where the actual berm is that they built to contain it, and it actually really never made it to the berm, just a couple of inches away. Okay, I am not sure what language you are speaking there, but one more time, and they will show you the door. All right. So English only, please. I don't mind, you know, a person saying something in a different language, like saying Olaf as hello or something like that, but they carry on with English from then on. That is great. When you start using different script that nobody can read in here, that is against the rules. Okay, that is that's like somebody handing you a book of Chinese and saying, "Here, I'm here to do whatever. Let's do it." I'm not happy with that. So let's keep it that way. And English is what we want to have in here, please. All right, looking at what we've got, that is pretty cool. And let's go over to our harmonic tremor charts, and we will continue with that and see what we've got going on. So I'm going to refresh this real quick. I hadn't done it for the last hour or so. There we go. And we can see what is going on now. And of course, looks like a downward trend on the purple one here, but upward on both the blue and the green. And I'm not sure what's going to go on here. We'll see. But we do see this quake here, and some ones right beside it. So we've had a multitude in here, and that's what we're seeing. And we do have some smaller ones in there as well. So and that is our harmonic tremor chart for Philadelphia, or Ragnar if you want. And we will go down and have a look at the one for Grindavik, since that is the other area that is affected by this stuff. So first thing I notice is it didn't get as high over here with that spike. So that is likely indicating that we've got the quakes closer to Ragnar than the town of Grindavik. And we do see some small spikes in here as well, kind of the same upward and downward trend showing pretty much identical otherwise. So pretty cool. Let's put it back onto Ragnar, and then we will go take a look at the earthquakes, and we'll see what we can come up with there. Okay, earthquake map, that shifted. Yeah, that's where when I end up having to do updates on the computer, everything changes as far as where the actual windows open up and stuff. So it's always difficult. Anyway, I didn't see anything out way up in the top here. So that's what we look for first usually. And don't see anything there, and don't see anything down here on the Rikens Ridge either, and that is going quite a ways out into the water, but you know, nothing up top here. First one we actually do see is not too far away from Astja, and that is a 1.2. And of course we're going to go look at the other chart as well, because there's got to be more quakes than that up here. And anyway, 1.2, 15.9 kilometers down was actually from yesterday at 23:55. So that is kind of interesting, and we'll slide over, get into the Bardabunga and Grimsvatn area. We don't see anything on this map. Also, I'm not seeing anything on Katla, and we've had so much activity there, all of a sudden nothing. Kind of makes a guy wonder. And we don't see anything up here either. So I'm kind of going, what happened? Anyway, let's zoom in a little bit on our area. And remember I said there was lots of little quakes? Well, how come we only see 3 quakes here? And that's what we've got. Let's have a look. So our Ragnar sits right about here in Geldingadarler, and it's nice to see these quakes here, and we're hoping. Anyway, that one was from yesterday at 21:41, and 7.9 kilometers down, and the other one here, 1.0, is from yesterday as well at 22:31, and that was 10.4 kilometers down. And of course that is right in the area where we want them to be. And of course you can see Ragnar's here, and that line of fissures is actually about there going out. So that looks pretty cool, and that is down in Meridalia. And very interesting. Sliding over here, and I should kind of mention this here. This is the Rikens Peninsula, and Reykjavik, the capital city. Then we've got Keflavik, Keflavik Airport, Keflavik, Reykjanesbar, Yardvik, and then down here, of course, is Grindavik and the Blue Lagoon. And that is where that 1.6 is, just to the south of the Blue Lagoon, and not by much, but right there. That is a 1.6 from yesterday as well at 22:43, and it was 4.7 kilometers down. So I'm sure they're not going to be too concerned or scared about that. So only seeing these in this area pardon me, kind of makes me wonder what the heck is going on. So let's have a look at the other map. And it shows a 2.5 up here, and I am a little bit baffled with this. That is not showing up on the other map. 16:10 is the time on it, 2.5 and 9.8 kilometers down. And I'm surprised it's not there, and that is up here in the I guess northwestern portion of Iceland, kind of weirdish. I'm getting back around Astja. Remember I said it didn't look right that we only had the one there, and there we've got the 1.2, 15.9 kilometers down from today at 5:55 a.m. And we also have a 0.9, and that is only 1.1 kilometers down, and that was at 6:10 a.m. And then we have 6:08 a.m. we had another 0.93. That one is really deep at 19 kilometers down. And then also a friend there for him, 0.63, and that was also on 19.6 kilometers down at 6:10 a.m. So we do have a little bit of stuff right there that we didn't see before. Looking out here, this is Grimsvatn, Bardabunga, and then down here we do see 0.2, very small, 4.5 kilometers down. Today's at 22:01. And moving over here to Katla, and there's the one that I was hoping to see. It is a 1.3, and it is 3.3 of a kilometer down, and 23:13 is the time on it. That's actually 2 quakes sitting right there. Let's have a look at the other one, also a 1.4, and that wasn't on my other map, so those 2 should have been on there. 1.1 kilometer down for this 1.4 from 23:13 as well. So a couple right on the edge of Katla. That's interesting. We do see this little guy here, 0.79 over by Hekla. Happened today at 7:26 a.m. and it was 9.7 kilometers down. So we do have some stuff going on, and let's get back into here, into our area, and of course that's where Ragnar is. There's your fissures, as I was pointing them out earlier there, and there's your 1 and 10.3 kilometers down, 4:31 a.m. And then we also have a 0.31, 7.9 kilometers down from 5:07. And then we have this 1.2, 7.8 kilometers down. Are there glacial fields? Whoa, hang on. I'm trying to read that. 5-minute warning. I got that. Thank you. 8 Amish. What? Amish? Amish. Okay, I'm not worried about the Amish. They make fine furniture, though. John Shepard asked, are the glacial fields a lot higher than the sea level? Yes, much higher. Literally up on top of mountains, and it's quite a ways up. Hey Tetra, I see you there, no worries. Mars says, I think this map is more accurate, but it's harder to see than the other one. Yep, I agree with you. 3-minute warning. Thank you, Peggy. Anyway, getting back to these real quick. So 1.2, 7.899 kilometers down. Why not just call it 7.9? I mean, I'm not going to go down there and measure 1 meter difference. There's no way we can tell. Anyway, 3:41 a.m. For that guy. Then he also had a little 0.17, 10 kilometers down at 1:46 a.m. So we do have more stuff there than what meets the eye. And then over here we have 0.54, 5.6 clicks down from today at 1:47. And beside that other one, we have a 0.62 near the Blue Lagoon, 6:44 a.m., 2.88 kilometers down. So that's kind of what we're seeing. And yeah, the accuracy, I think, of this map is possibly a little bit better. But they do have weird earthquakes on there sometimes that I have to wonder about, but that nobody else seems to report. Okay, it is break time, you guys. Let me throw you back into a volcano. I mean, I'm back over to a volcano, not into. Sorry. Oh, hey, I heard that music before. I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna actually reset that so I know where it was. There we go. And we're gonna leave it there. For those good people who are here, I am your host, DrFox2000, and in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I am going to take a 5-minute break. So I'm going to leave the lava on there for you, and I will be back. For those good people who have not yet hit the like button, please do give it a quick shot. It is the most economical and best way to help support the channel. We really do appreciate it. Also, if you have not yet subscribed and you're enjoying the show and you feel we've earned it, by all means, give that subscribe button a quick shot, as well as the bell notification. That way you know when we're on. On that friendly note, I am going to be back in 5 minutes. Keep smiling and be good. Oh, wrong one. Darn it. All right, I'll be back. welcome everyone, and there we go. Just trying to see what's going on here. Welcome back everyone. Gotta love it. And we are back. I see our Arabic person is still not catching on. I use Google Translate, and this is the last time. Mods, if we see more of that Arabic being written in the channel, remove that individual, please, and do it swiftly when that happens. All right, looking at everything here, we did, of course, what we're seeing on the screen here is Cumbre Vieja from October 25th from last year. All right, thank you, Lucas. Thank you. That's excellent. And I don't mind people saying they can't speak the language and it's hard for them to understand and having difficulties. But if you try and use Google Translate, or if you have poor English, we are patient with you and we will try. Many of us here speak multiple languages, and we certainly will give it a shot. So we don't do Arabic though. Very simple, and same thing with Chinese or Japanese. And it's not because we don't like the languages, it's because we can't read it. And this is all about communication in the chat here, and that's what we're trying to do, is promote a good communication. And we can't do it when everybody is speaking different languages. So it is English is what we have chosen and prefer it to be. Anyway, using my magical powers, I am going to stop that inferno, and we will move on to other things around the planet and have a look elsewhere. They got Snout Bob. Thank you, Piggy. And that is all good. Zipping over to the Azores, and of course the Azores in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. For those people who aren't quite familiar with where we are, I will show you on the map shortly. This scene, of course, is from a nighttime scene because it's night, and you can't really tell where you are, but you're on Sao George, the island, and of course across the way there is another island called Pico Island. And let me actually get that on the screen here, and we'll show you what it looks like. There is Pico Island, and you can see it off across the 18 kilometers of water in between the two. So that gives you a pretty good idea. Actually, we can probably use the other one here. It's a little bit better, and we'll show it with Mount Montana in there. And then if you look over on the far right hand side, you see another island there, and that is wonderful Fayal Island, and that is all on just to the west of Pico Island. Hey, and speaking of the area, there is Big Ola from the Azores, Portugal, and that's George Couteau. Welcome, glad to have you on board, and glad to be reporting on your wonderful islands out there. And I'm also happy to tell you that they're quieter. Looking at our little cove area here, I wasn't seeing too much whitewater, but seas are still a little bit on the rough side, so if you've got a very small boat, don't go out and stay in. I think it's safe. And moving on, here's the other harbor view, and we see that ship is anchored, I think. Yeah, it's not moving. No lava in the Azores. I know you're mad. Hey, we tried to send the lava workers over there. They refused to go, and it was something about pay. and they said it was too far, and not as the beaches weren't as nice as over in La Palma. Sorry, swim under Dr. Funk. What? Hey, one fish. There's no water down there. How are you doing that? Hey, don't splash me. Uh, anyway, let's have a look and see what we've got for. Oh, I can stretch that out a little bit. Hang on. There we go. What we've got for actual earthquakes, and really not a heck of a lot. Seeing there is a 1.6. 1.6 from 56 minutes after midnight. The next one came at 2:24 in the morning, and then the third one at 4:03 in the morning, and so a 1.6, 1.6, and a 1.5. That is what we're seeing out on St. George, and that is okay by us. We do see some of the older ones and the stack they've created, but with this particular map, I'm not really fond of that. But we'll move over and look at the other map here, and I'm actually going to zoom back out on that one, and we're going to refresh it because we want to see the entire area. And there we go. Let's see if we can get that in the right spot for us. Bigger. I want bigger. There we go. All right. So now we can see where the earthquakes were. 39 minutes ago, 2.2 out here in our old caldera. I don't even know, or just on the edge of it. Of course, this is an area. If you're not familiar with this area, if we zoom out just a little bit more, there's your mid-Atlantic ridge, and this is kind of the dividing line here between the Eurasian plate and the African plate, and that is where the Azores are actually located. So to see volcanic stuff under the water is really not uncommon. Anyway, zooming into St. George, they're only showing the 3 here 23 hours ago for a 1.6, 1.5 there 20 hours ago, and the other 1.6 21 hours ago. So really not anything major, and quiet as far as I can tell. Really not too much happening, and we don't see anything else in the area. So fairly quiet, and I'm not certain that we'll ever see a volcano pop up there real soon, at least not right away. I think it's going to take maybe a year or two before things change there. Who knows? But you know, the one thing is what Azores is waiting for my visit. Yes, George, I believe that. I believe that, and that's when it's going to happen. I wouldn't doubt that that is when it's going to happen, and that would be pretty awesome. And I mean, I think it's kind of exotic to be way out there in the middle of the Atlantic. I'm not an island dweller, though, so I prefer to have a lot of land around me. But to go see a volcano, that's a different story. I would love to do that, and we'll have a peek. Anyway, that's it for the Azores, you guys, and let's move on. We're gonna pop over to Mexico and have a peek at Popocatépetl, and I have to find it though. There we go, and there it is. Looking at the clouds, that is interesting. I don't know if that's all just cloud or if it's actually being emitted from the volcano. If we go back a couple of hours, this is kind of what it looked like earlier, and I got a sneaky hunch that might be just clouds that we were seeing there. We do know though, this is about 4 hours ago, it has been throwing a lot of material up into the air, especially white clouds. Arizona, Dr. Fox, I got Twinkies in his van. Psh, Piggy, you weren't supposed to say that. Oh my God! Now they're gonna be busting my van open again. You guys, don't do that. Okay. Anyway, we do see quite a bit of the whiter smoke coming off of there, and I'm wondering if it's partially moisture and just steaming out, or if we are literally seeing different hot gases coming out of there. And I'm curious what would make it so white. But if we go back a little further in time here, we see it looks a little different, and it's hard to tell what was actually coming out. And this is about 7.5 hours ago. It was a lot quieter then. So activity has picked up. This is about 10 hours ago, and that's what we're seeing then. And if we go back into the wee hours of the night and see beautiful stars and everything, and I'm liking the fact that we can now go back 15 or 16 hours on the stream. It's really cool to see that extended time. And that is a beautiful picture. Dr. Fox Rats Popocatépetl produced some weird gray smoke earlier. Those clouds ruined our view. Oh, darn it. And yeah, that's probably what it is. Looks like there's a spaceship or something landed up on the top of the mountain here. I didn't see that lump in there before. I'm kidding. We don't know what that is. Let me back that up a little bit more and see. It was still there. Yeah, so that's all right. For those who do want to go have a look at this and see what it looks like, we don't hide anything in this stream. So if you want to have a look at Popocatépetl, this is actually a fairly new link, since they've changed their name slightly from what they had before, and they started out with some new stuff. So that was what it looked like earlier. I'm going to put it back to live, and looking at that again makes you wonder what is really going on there. This is from the other camera view. Again, you can see how that material is hugging down onto the mountain itself. Not very friendly looking clouds up top there. But that one, if we back it up too, kind of the same issues that we faced with the other one. As soon as you seen something, it's hard to tell what's coming from the volcano and what is actual cloud, especially when you see stuff like this. Looks pretty, but that's about it. And that is earlier yet, so 4.5 hours ago. If we go all the way back about 8 hours ago, roughly, that is what it looked like. Very quiet, sedate, and peaceful, with snow on the top. And of course, most of that snow melted during the course of the day. And that's about 10 hours ago. And then we get into the nighttime scenes. Actually, this one was actually a little eruption here. Let's see if we can show that. And it did puff out here. I might have to do it 10 seconds at a time. There we go. And you can actually see, I'm just letting it play now. They're only taking 1 frame per second. So watching this, that was actual pluming coming out of Popocatépetl, and that is, of course, about 70 kilometers south of Mexico City. And yes, this is from 6:23 a.m. Mexico time, or Central Daylight Time, and that is what the volcano was doing earlier today. So pretty cool. And yeah, I wish we could see it going boom and close up and fast action and lots of lava flowing, but unfortunately, not so much. But still nice to be able to see that. That does make me happy that we can differentiate between what is just cloud and what is actually coming out of the volcano, and it's very evident here of what we're seeing. So pretty cool, pretty cool. And let us leave that be, though. I think I'll leave it throwing something. Yep, it's doing that, and it did it a few times. And again, if you guys want to have a look at these yourself, you can always go to the webcams dmexico.com and have a look and see what they've got. They also have their site on YouTube as well, if you want to have a look. And that is run by the Mexican government, so it's all cool. And I'll leave that be. I'm going to put it back to live, though, so we know where we're at, and that is at present. And we'll pop over to the third view, and I'm kind of curious about what it looked like. Oh yeah, we want to look at that. That is the glow of the morning. That was 7:07 in the morning when we seen that. Unfortunately, this one will not let us go back quite that far. But yeah, it's the golden volcano, made of pure gold. No? Okay. It would be nice. And like it. Okay, I'm moving along, though. This is about 10 hours ago, 10 hours and 20 minutes ago. A slightly different angle, but you can get the gist of what we're seeing. And it kept on doing its thing. And clouds dissipated quite a bit till further on in the day there, just after noon. Basically, they come in and ruin the beautiful views that we had. So that's what we're looking at pretty much now. Well, that's back to live. So that's what we've got. Let's move on to the next one, also in Mexico, and that is El Volcán de Colima, or Fuego de Colima, and it is in here. It's just we can't see it, and I'm looking back in time to see if it will pop out for us. There's the top of it. We can see a little bit, and that is already about 6.5 hours ago. If we move back far enough, 8.5 hours ago, you can actually see it. So very cool. Wonky donkey. All right. Somebody wonky donkey, thanks. Anyway, not much coming out, unfortunately. So in the earlier hours, I guess it likes to show up a little bit more, and kind of neat, but no lava and no ash coming out of it right now. Next one is Fuego, and this is the real Fuego, the one we know and love, and this one is down in Guatemala, whereas the other one is south of Guadalajara, Mexico. This one is actually in the country of Guatemala, which is down in Central America. And the problem, though, is it's hiding in the clouds all day. And that is about the best shot that I got. And we weren't able to see it. And unfortunately, that is kind of the way that volcano is. It is very, very tall, and 12,346 feet. So that is what we've seen there. And all right, they've got some issues with signal, so not a worry. We're going to carry on, pardon me, a little further south, and we are going to Tolica, and that is in Nicaragua. And of course, that is the longer range shot. The other camera that sits over here or up here somewhere is not able to work properly, so we changed the view, but that is kind of what we're seeing. We don't see a heck of a lot coming off, but it is still active and still doing its thing. This one, Momo Tombo, didn't work, and you can almost see a little bit of a plume there. The top of the volcano would be right there. Unfortunately, the picture did not load properly. And this next one here is Messiah. These are all from Nicaragua, so you definitely see the caldera of, well, the front edge of the caldera. The back edge is all hidden by the stuff, the monster that's coming out of there. It's a big alligator or something, a white alligator. Mouth there, eyeball there, and okay, never mind. I'm being funny. No, what's the word I'm looking for? No, never mind. I'll leave it alone. All right, snacks, and yeah, feed him a Twinkie. He's come up for a Twinkie, you guys. All right, I'm going to get you back to some beautiful lava. It is just about break time here, and that's what we're going to do, and go for the break, and then after the break, of course, we're going to get some bacon seeds, and of course that's going to play. Why not? All right, I fixed it. I got to make sure I fix that now. So when I do turn it on, it doesn't start in the middle of the song again. All right, for those good people who are here enjoying the show, I'm glad you're here, and thank you for sticking around. Of course, what we've got on the screen right now, Cumbre Vieja from October 25th of last year, since we don't have any new, hot, fresh volcanoes giving us lava. It's the Gremlins' favorite song. Yeah, did you see the Gremlins? They're right there. They pulled up in their little red car, and they're doing all kinds of things. I don't know. It's horrible, those Gremlins. Anyway, you guys, for those who haven't hit that like button, please do get keys off hook. Anyway, looks around for a doctor. Hey, who's taking whose keys here, Mr. Snowman? Anyway, become an outro ident, Dr. Fox? Yeah, possibly, we'll see. And it's got Gremlins written on all over it. That looked like a Datsun? No, that's a Gremlin, man. That's a Gremlin. I'll show you again. And that is a 1974 AMC Gremlin. And that is got the old Starsky and Hutch colors. If you remember that show with the stripe that they used to have down the side of their white Torino. This is AMC's version of that white sporty Torino. And everybody jump in. Yeah, keys are in there, and it'll hold a lot of people. Just don't let anyone rear end that car. Avoid that at all costs, you guys. They went boom in the night. Cumbre was so awesome. Yes, it sure was, John. All right, you guys, hit that like button if you haven't hit it yet, and also if you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing if you feel we've earned that. And I will be back in about 5 minutes or so, and then we will get some bacon seeds on the screen for you guys. Don't go away, keep smiling, play nice, and Don't grab any of that lava. You'll really hurt yourself. Even if you are wearing heat-proof gloves, that stuff is really, really hot. And Irish monk, where are you? He won't tell us where he is. He's in a land that has 4 degrees Celsius and is melting snowmen. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit here, guys. Keep smiling. we go. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Thank you, Piggy, for the welcome back, as well as Sue and Abigail. Welcome, Abigail. And thanks, Lucas and Kevin. And I'm sure there's going to be more in there. So, oink and Doctor. Thanks, Snowman. All cool. So, anyway, what we see on the screen, of course, Cumbre Vieja volcano from last year, and that's located in La Palma in the Canary Islands, and that was October 25th that this was recorded. So that is pretty cool, and I'm glad that volcano has stopped, but we're also kind of sad. We're hoping for lava somewhere, something that we can see. And Kathy brought buckets of lava with her from Kilauea, no? Aloha hugs from my volcano to your volcano. Okay, dream of lava coming up in basements and outside in other states. My heart was pounding. It was scary. Yeah, well, you don't want lava coming up in your basement. That is just not how it's supposed to work. The volcano is supposed to happen far away from you, and you can look at it and watch it fountain out and be happy. So anyway, it is time, though, for bacon seeds, you guys. So I'm going to use my magic powers here and stop this upside-down rocket engine. And we will go over and have a look and see what we've got. All right. This is where we left off yesterday. And that was the little piggy giving Mama Piggy a kiss under the rails, and they looked pretty happy doing that. So pretty cool. And moving on, there is a start of today's. Remember, we're still over there at the bacon seed factory, and of course these guys are dirty little guys that are feeding themselves on Mama. And here's some more, and they do look happy, though, definitely, and are enjoying their dinner, I guess. And this is how bacon seeds get a little bit bigger. Breakfast is served. Yeah, breakfast, dinner. I have no idea what meal they're getting, but definitely. All right. Brian Rock Rail fan, welcome. I'm glad to have you back on board. And here we go to our next one. And this guy is peeking through the fence, going, "Hey, what's going on over there? I want to play." And of course, I like that. And looks pretty awesome. And next bacon seed. Aww, a little cutie. Very pinkish nose. And a nice smile. What more would you want from a little bacon seed? Gotta love it, you guys. So, Linda, I hope you're not smelling bacon. That would be bad timing. And next bacon seed. I think we've seen this little selfie before. Piggy in a bucket, and that is pretty awesome. I like it, though. It is a nice little cute fella. And next one is this guy here doing some swimming, and apparently he has created a island taxi ferry service, and these gulls are paying in spades, I guess. Not sure how they're paying, but anyway, that's apparently what he's done. So pretty cool. And yeah, you know, before I started this show, I didn't realize pigs can swim as well as they can. I want to go to Pig Island. Oh, okay. Well, Here's a whole three of them heading over there now, and they're swimming as a group, making sure the little middle one there doesn't drown. He's not that good of a swimmer, so they're making sure he comes along. So, hey, Cindy Murphy, welcome. Glad to have you on board, and good to see you. And let's see, synchronized swimmers. Yep, and they are doing a good job. That is the last one. So thank you, and thank you, Piggy, for sending those in. Those are awesome as usual, and we love it, you guys. So no, not shark bait. There ain't no sharks in that water, and that is all right. And that is anyway. Let's carry on to our next volcano. See what we've got. And of course, this is Merapi, and Merapi is in the Indonesia. And why am I not seeing it? Oh, there it is. And things have changed there a little bit. We do have a couple spots where very minor amounts of bacon were delivered, and I'm just trying to find. Yeah, there it is. Really, not too much happening. We do see the other cameras down, and just tiny little bits of bacon coming out. Bacon bits. Get it? Bacon bits. Not a heck of a lot. And visibility wasn't all that great for the most part. Here's another spot where we had little bits of bacon, but we couldn't see a heck of a lot. And the further back you go, the weather was pretty variable, but it was also a lot quieter as far as the amount of material that Merapi was throwing out. So I'm not sure what it's doing. Maybe just resting a little bit, or maybe Krakatoa has taken too much of it. And speaking of Krakatoa, let's go over there. And of course, here is the other view. It's actually 4 volcanoes. And let me get onto that screen. There we go. So Luolatok, out on the eastern side of things, definitely off-gassing, doing a bunch of smoke, and it's working away. We do not see Semeru. Semeru is hiding in the clouds, and not much to see right there. Looking over here, bottom right-hand screen, that is Awu, and Awu, you can see a little bit of a cloud come out of there, and some grayish material, but nothing major. And then we slide up here, and we see that plume coming off of Krakatoa. And if we back up into the nighttime scenes, I'm just trying to pick a good spot about here. We could start seeing it fairly well. There you go. You can see the fires of a wonderful Krakatoa, and definitely the color of the sunrise over in the smoke of Luolatok, pretty nice. Let's make this a little bigger though on Krakatoa, and we will back up a little bit more. This is about 2.5 hours ago, and that is what we were seeing. And as you can see, that's actually a fair-sized eruption going on in there, and it is up and down in cycles. And of course, right now, it is pretty large, doing its thing. If we go back, let's see, about this is 3.5 hours ago, still quite active, and we like seeing that. So pretty darn good as far as I'm concerned. Going back another hour, this is 4.5 hours ago now, and that is what we're seeing. It was even bigger then, so pretty cool to see it continuing to erupt. This is about 5.5 hours ago, and still right up there as far as the levels are concerned. So definitely have some action happening at Krakatoa, or son of Krakatoa, if you will, and we like that. Very interesting. And if we turn that back off, just look at the four screens. Samaru was visible, but you could barely see anything up top there. Tiny little light in the top. And of course, in this shot, you can't see anything coming out of Ewu, but Luolatok still fairly active, as well as Krakatoa from this point onward. So we'll leave that be. That's all pretty cool and awesome, and we'll move on to other wonderful places such as Japan, and we will go visit Sakurajima. And Sakurajima, it erupted a couple of days ago, and then it went quiet on us. Well, I don't know if it went quiet on us. It's been hiding in the darn clouds, so it's really hard to say whether it actually went quiet or not. It's just we're not seeing anything major coming out of it, and I'm going back and a few spots here just to try to see what we had, and that is about just about 4 hours now. And again, that cloud is just sitting up top there, really making it difficult to see. And as we got into the nighttime hours, of course you're not going to see anything, and not seeing any glow of any type come out of there, unless that is one here. Very hard to tell. Let's go back a few more minutes, and well, it might be something glowing in there. Very difficult to see, and I don't know, it may also be raining at the camera site, but we do see a little lighter area there, so as possibly containing some lava in there, making things glow. Yeah, even right there you can kind of sort of see a little bit of a lighter area, and I'm thinking that it might, and that is about just about 11 hours ago. Okay, so let's put that back to live. Let's have a look at the other shot here. I do see a boat there. No boats here. No ice cream right now, you guys. Sorry. But that is the longer range shot, and you can see how it is sitting on top of there, or how the clouds are sitting on top of the whole thing. And of course, we've got a bunch of storms in the area as well, and that is kind of what is going on there with all that visibility issue. So that is back about, what is it, 2 hours ago roughly. If we go back about 4 hours, that is getting into just about nighttime there, and it was raining from the looks of things. So that's what we were seeing. Pretty awesome. And getting right back in about 6 hours ago, you couldn't see a darn thing. So we'll put that one back to live, and just so we know where we are right now. And again, I don't know if that boat is coming or going, so no ice cream for a little while. This, of course, is the Sakurajima close-up cam of the crater, and we're not seeing it. So definitely in the clouds, and too much smoke and stuff. Moving on, there is Mount Fuji, and it is a beautiful Mount Fuji. We love it. And it's all quiet today, and we're going to leave it there. That may mean we could see other things. So no, I was hoping ASO would show up, and ASO-san is in the clouds as well. And just checking real quick to see if any time during the light. No, don't see anything light up there. So Unfortunately, we are unable to see ASO, and that's okay. ASO is in green condition anyway. We have a problem. An error occurred. Let's see. Oh, there, we fixed it. We've gotten rid of the error. Anyway, this is Suwanoshijima, also in Japan. This is further down south in one of the islands. Very little activity right now that is visible. We do see a little bit of smoke right there, and possibly going up on this side. Really, really hard to tell on this particular picture. It is better view than what we had before, but we're seeing less activity as of late. So I'm not sure what that is indicating to us, but I'll leave that be. Next volcano, we'll move down to the Philippines, and here we go. That is Taal, and Taal is very quiet looking, very, very quiet. And I haven't seen too much activity from it, but I don't know, it's just quiet. Taal will come along one day and just blow up again and not give anybody any warnings. We'll see how it goes. So that is pretty cool and neat. And I'll leave Taal in the Philippines, and we will go over to the United States of America. And there we are looking at one of the geyser vents. And of course, this is Yellowstone National Park. And that is pretty awesome to be able to see that. And of course, if you take a look at Yellowstone, that website that C&D Boy is bringing up, if he puts a W behind the O, it'll work better there, C&D Boy. Then bring up the link, and you guys can go take a look. And it really will help out. There you go. Not trying to be a bad guy there, Bob, but spelling. Ugh. All right. Anyway, there's one of them, one of the geysers happening, and of course, Old Faithful is the one that is the most famous one from Yellowstone, and second most famous is Steamboat. And I don't know which one actually has more get up and go as of late, but popularity of Steamboat has gone up quite a bit as far as what the people have been saying. I've read some articles there indicating that they were more impressed with it than they were with the Old Faithful or Old Geyser. So Old Faithful is looking to get replaced by Steamboat, and that'll be neat. Go visit the Steamboat Geyser. Yep, awesome. Anyway, that is what we see there, and that looks pretty cool, you guys. And that one is actually, I don't know which geyser that actually is, but if you go to that map, you can, or that website, that it's all on one page. Just keep scrolling down. You can take a look at where this particular geyser is located. So lots of dead trees in the background. Yep, there's a fair amount. We do see the trees when let's see, up in here look like they're dead. That is definite. But I also see a bunch here that look like they've been maybe pushed over by some bison or something. But yeah, in the back here you can see quite a bit of dead forest. But most of this is pine trees, so it's interesting why those would die off. and we don't see the red ones in here, indicating that they've got the pine beetle. So kind of makes you wonder, huh? And anyway, looking not too bad, you guys. And the next volcano, of course, that we are going to look at is going to be our wonderful Kilauea. But I will do that after the break. It is just about break time. So I will get you lined up and ready for our wonderful break time entertainment. And that will be some lava gushing out of Cumbre Vieja from last year. So, oh, and you get music. Oh boy, there you go. Anyway, for those good people who are here and enjoying the show, if you have not yet, hit that like button, you guys. Give it a quick bop. It really does help out and makes the YouTube analytics work much, much better. And also for those other good people that have not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing if you haven't done that yet. And that way, if you hit that bell notification, you'll get notified when we go live. And just to let you know, we do typically, we have two different times for the streams, of course, weekday times and weekend times. And weekday times, we start at 5 p.m. Mountain or 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And for the weekends, it is 3 hours earlier, so at 2 Mountain or 4 p.m. Eastern, and I'll let you guys calculate everything else out from that point for the different places around the world. So pretty cool and awesome. Anyway, I'm going to go take that break, 5 minutes or thereabouts. Keep smiling, you guys, and yes, it was raining here, and it stopped, and that it would rain for maybe 20 minutes, and then it quit. So I'm hoping that we'll get a little bit more rain, and it'll stop for another day. Head out for tonight. Oh, heading out for tonight, Linda. Take care, and all the best, and thanks for popping in, and have fun, and be good. Keep smiling. All right, you guys, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I'm going to take that 5-minute break. I'll be back. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. All right, welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and this is a VolcanoX live stream. And thank you from Bob and Gura and Sue and Sharon says, I can hear you, or I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000. All right. Wonky Donkey also says welcome back, as well as Alba Girl, and welcome. Glad to have you all on board. Okay, so looking at what we've got, that is actually a pretty darn nice fire fountain right there, you guys. You got to admit that, I'd like to see more of those. I really would. In person would be nice as well, and that would be awesome. Anyhow, let's go over, and I'm going to use my magic powers here and stop that volcano. We wanted to go over to Hawaii, and there we go. I got to fix that up a little bit, and there we go. All right, I fixed it, and there we are looking at Kilauea, or at least the lava pond inside the caldera of Kilauea. And this photo was from 2231 yesterday, and that is pretty awesome. Really does look like neon lights when you're looking at it. You can't really tell what's going on over here in the toe area, as we called it, but we do see some bubbling here, so maybe that lava tube has reopened, or is fairly small. We'll see what happens in the future with that area. And of course, these other points, I suspect that these are drainage points, and we are getting some air bubbles or gas bubbles coming up as the lava descends downward a little bit. And that is what's causing these areas to bubble a little bit, just like this, as it's moving in to the lava tube and heading over to the toe area. I was watching on the big TV, but couldn't chat. Okay, Grandma B, not a worry. It does look good on a big TV. I wish I could sit there and watch it on a big TV too. That would be awesome. Maybe one day, I guess. We'll figure that out. That'd be pretty cool. Use a 55-inch monitor. That would be really interesting. Anyway, refreshing that, taking a look at the lava level in the lava pond, and it is right full. You can actually see it has spilled over in a few spots, and it is completely filled up. So the levels are not down anymore, and that is pretty awesome. Matter of fact, what I'm hoping for is that it will keep flowing and will fill up all these cracks over here and fill up the toe area again. We know this material in here is fairly new, so for it to possibly wash out would be I guess it would be plausible, right? But we don't know what it's going to do in the future. I don't think this kind of triangle shape here that's all broken out, I don't think that's going to do anything real soon. You got to remember that's about 4 or 5 meters thick down to the bottom. So that even though it's showing a crack here, a sizable crack, and that is probably a couple meters across, you could very easily fall in there as a human, and that is something that you don't want to be walking out there anyway, but that's kind of gives you a little bit more of an idea how big that is, if it's a couple meters across. So 6 feet very easily, and lengthwise that's probably I don't know, 20 or 30 meters long, just that crack. So we'll see. Us get cooked. Yep, you don't want to be going out there, that's for sure. And moving on to the next photos, and of course that again from last night. That was actually 22:34, and you can see there's your primary vent. Here's that little hornito where the divider is, and the lava tube feeds it in that way into the lava pond. So there's a tube going from there to there, and then a tube going from here into the pond. Let's refresh that and get the daytime shot. There we can see that better. There's your primary vent area, and there's that little hornito and the lava pond. As you may notice that it looks like it's a raised area here in the center, and you're absolutely correct. It is actually raised up. The whole thing here is almost like it's floating on top of the lava that has poured in underneath, and the outer edges are a lot lower in elevation compared to the darker area on top here. And some of that is fairly thick, and even older yet is that Pig Island that is right in here, but I suspect that it has a fresh lava tube sitting behind it as well, and we continue to see smoke coming off of it quite often. Also, this guy here continues to smoke quite a bit. So primary vent, this is that little hornito, and then really not sure what we're going to call this thing. I guess we'll call it Vent 3 for lack of better words, and that is kind of interesting. The distance here from the caldera wall, some people have commented, and I've even done the same thing, and basically said, hey, it looks like it's moving. And yeah, it used to be over here, and it's moved. It has moved. And seeing what we have there, also the distance here has increased, although you got to remember this cone here is on an angle, so when you're taking that angle down, it really hasn't moved out into the center that much. It's maybe moved 10, 15 meters, not kilometers, meters from the wall outward. And it's probably just because it's an easier path for it to do its thing. So that's kind of what we're seeing there. Looking at the other camera from the other side here, I don't think it's working yet. That is this picture, and yep, it's still broken, so we're not getting anything from that one. Hopefully they will get it fixed in the future. And here's our thermal image from last night at 22:28 their time in Hawaii. A little bit fuzzy. They still need to adjust the focus on this thing. Primary event over here, secondary or divider, if you want to call it that, is right there, and allows that lava tube to flow into the lava pond. And you can definitely see the toe hole there. And something I didn't notice before, but you see here where those cracks are, it's actually lighter in color, so there is more heat coming through there, and that is interesting to say the least. And let's revise that or update it and look at the current picture. This, of course, from 14:42 Hawaii Standard Time today. And again, still looking at those cracks in those other areas. We do still see those lighter areas in there, indicating that it is hotter in there. Of course, there's your lava pond, the toe, a primary vent again, and the divider here. But I also notice we have out here a little bit more of a lighter spot, and that would indicate that we've got fresh magma or lava flowing over into that area. This also depicts the darker color here where the raised area is, and it's a little bit easier to tell in this particular view. So what weaning buddy is. Okay. Pardon me. All right. I'm just trying to read and talk at the same time, and sometimes that just doesn't work. Great stomping ground started weaning buddy is best at it. What? Mooly and sister are slow. Oh, give it time, Piggy. Give it time. And of course, for those people who don't know what Piggy's talking about, it's those wonderful little cats that she is doing the rescue for. So, just want me. Oh, they want you, Al. Aren't you nice? You're the good mama. Eh. Okay, that is it for Hawaii in a nutshell, really, you guys. So beautiful to see the lava pond full, and we're going to see what else we've got for earthquakes out there. Brian Rock Rail fan, bye for today, everyone, on this live stream. Take care, Brian. All the best to you, and be good. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow. And anyway, we're going to zoom into the Hawaiian Islands. I do see this here, and that is in Indonesia, 5.4 and 46 kilometers south-southwest of Bengkulu, Indonesia, 57 kilometers down, and that is 5.4. But that's not where we're going. We're going to Hawaii. So let's have a look and see what we've got for earthquakes. And there's our Hawaiian Islands, of course, going to look at all of them. Duchess of Elements is over here on this one. Maui may be over here somewhere. And then we will zoom in. First thing that we notice is more stuff happening out here at Luihi Seamount is about here. So this is just beyond it. And looking at this, 2.1, 5.7 kilometers down from yesterday at 23:30. This guy here, 2.1, 7:38 a.m., 6.4 kilometers down from today for that 2.1. 2.7 also from yesterday at 23:46, 10.1 kilometers down. And yeah, 2.7 is pretty good. This guy here is 2.4, and that is 11:53 a.m. today, and 9.7 kilometers down. 2.1 from 8.9 kilometers down, 11:54 as well. And then we have this 2.9 out here, and that is 11:48 a.m., 6.9 kilometers down. Moving in a little bit closer to the island, we do see here in the Pahala area, these guys that are out in the water, 1.9 from yesterday, 21:31 was the time on that. And we will go over to this guy, 1.9 as well, from today, 14:47. And now we will take a look at some of these other ones, are a little on land, if you want to call it that. And 2.4, and that is 11:09 a.m. This guy here, 1.9, 7:55 a.m., 1.8 from 7:22 a.m., 2.0 from 7:57 a.m., 2.4 from yesterday at 22:39. And let's see, this guy here, 2.5, yesterday's as well, from 21:08. And this little guy, 2.0, 7:10 a.m. And then we have that guy there, and that is 1.8 from 3:47 a.m. And that basically covers all of them in that area. don't see anything else, and that is the Pahala area. Just zoom out a little bit, and we're going to take a look here on the side of Mauna Loa. We do see a 1.9. Oh, I forgot to mention these are all between about 26 and 31 kilometers down. That is roughly the depths. This one here, 1.9, 5.6 kilometers down from 1252. So that is interesting to see that. And then we have another one over here. This 2.2 from 1911 yesterday at 3.1 kilometers down. And looking, we have a little bit more activity over here, and we'll go through these here. 1.9 today from 4:16 a.m. and that is 5.9 kilometers down. Then we have this one that is right on the edge of Kilauea, 2.2, and it says it is 100 meters above sea level. In other words, it's the island, of course, is at sea level, and that is about 100 meters straight underneath that, and 100 meters higher above sea level. So pretty cool. This next guy here, 2.5, a little bit bigger, and that is at 1226 and 1.7 kilometers down. Now, I wonder if they have something to do with the fact that our lava pond is full, and that would be interesting. We do also have this 1.3 over here, 1:50 a.m., 2.6 kilometers down, and this 2.7, 7:23 a.m., 5.8 kilometers down. And that is pretty awesome, pretty cool, and I think we got them all. Nothing on Mauna Kea, so Mauna Loa has a couple there, and then Kilauea has a little bit of activity as well. And that is pretty cool. I'm going to leave that be. Going to zoom out, take a look for our wonderful red spots, and see what we've got. And I don't see any. Our red one that we had earlier disappeared, and that has been, I thought that was higher than that. I guess it's a 5.3, so pretty cool. Let's just look around in general and see what we've got. We do have a new one here from 7:43 a.m. Off of the what they call the West Chile Rise, and that guy is, of course, 4.9 in magnitude. And then again, you see a bunch in here. 4.8 Argentina, 134 kilometers down. Another 4.3. Also Argentina, 4:39 a.m., 189 clicks down. If we zoom in, that'll split up these a little bit. Another 4.2, 109 kilometers down from yesterday, 2206. And then we see this 4.9 here, 10:52 a.m., 91.8 kilometers down. And that might be what's giving Sabancaya a little bit of a kick there in this area. But this other one, 4.7 up in Peru, 70 kilometers down, kind of showing you what we got going on there. Seeing this guy here, 4.2, and just off of Mexico, and that is from 3:57 a.m. And we don't see too many other ones that are really of a concern. Right here, that is actually near Luolatok. Actually, Luolatok is a little further over here. So, but that 4.9, 7:40 a.m. And then we've got a 4.5 here, Philippines, and that is also 10. It says 10 kilometers down. 15:14 is the time, and of course that is what they refer to as the Philippine Sea right there. And this guy 4.7, and that is one of the Mariana Islands in that area. And okay, we got that guy. I want to get this guy here, 4.2 at Taiwan, and that is kind of what we've got there. Don't see anything and up here by Japan, so they're a little bit quieter today. And looking Afghanistan area or Pakistan, they're a 4.0. This one we were Turkmenistan. That's one of the Russian ones there. So that guy, 7:07 a.m. 4.5, and that's 4.3, and Turkmenistan is where we're seeing that. The older ones here, I'm not sure what's going on with those. Haven't seen anything else from that 5.9. I was expecting more activity here somewhere because of that, but we just don't see it. So Mother Nature has backed off and let us out in the dry. Anyway, I'm going to refresh this next one. We're going to go into the Canary Islands, have a quick peek, and that way if Yvonne Kunkel says, hey, I had a horrible vacation, too many earthquakes, we can say, yeah, we seen. Anyway, we do have two out here in the water. This one from 2 days ago, and I'm not going to worry about him. And what about this guy here? And that is from today in UTC time, 21:42, 2.2. So far away from anything to worry about. The latest one in the Canary Islands, of course, is this guy, 1.6, kind of in between Tenerife and Gran Canaria. And that happened at 22:34. Looking at what we've got on La Palma itself, and not a heck of a lot. One quake, and it was not even Yvonne dropping her beer. That is that one quake, but it could have been a lava worker dropping his beer, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that is kind of it for earthquakes. There, you guys. Quick peek at the earthquake map. I do want to refresh it before we do anything here, and then we'll carry on and have a look at the weather really quickly. And I know it's been very hot in Europe, so anyway, looking here, don't see too much happening on this particular map. Sabancaya volcano definitely showing red, and we do look at the other ones here. Everything is pretty much normal. I don't see too many changes at all, if any, and I'm going to kind of leave it at that and be satisfied with it. We did kind of go over most of those earthquakes, so that is all good. This Shinomo Shima volcano, it's one of the ones that's been doing a lot of off-gassing, but there's some more down here in these islands that are also a little bit of SO2 coming from them. We'll get to that shortly. Suwanoshi-jima, of course, down there, and then Sakura-jima on the main body of Japan. And as we go up, Chikarachi and Ibiko down here on the bottom. And then you've got the Karimsky. Karimsky's been busy throwing even more SO2 out. Bazimiani and Chevalish are still doing their thing. I've got no pictures on any of the guys, Semi and Great Sitkins, Cleveland, or Pavlov. And also out here where they got the 1 hour and 53 minutes ago, that's about where Davidoff is. So Davidoff had a quake. And well, I'll leave that be. Gonna go over to our weather map and have a quick peek there. Get onto that. I'm going to refresh really quickly. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at the SO2 today. Looks a lot cleaner up in the northern portions of Canada and I guess even up here in Alaska, pretty good. Not too bad in central and eastern USA. We see that we have some odd winds here in because of this storm. I guess circulations have changed around a little bit, and boy, that really has changed because we used to have a real heavy flow down here. So I think we've got another development happening here causing that storm to go elsewhere. Anyway, you can see that the pluming coming off of Central America is actually kind of working its way back over, and it's going to end up in the Gulf of Mexico. And we also see that material from population stuff going in towards it as well. And again, stuff from volcanoes here in Colombia and other places. And let's have a look at this. This should be a 7 Kaya, and we will see if we can play that. And hopefully they've got their camera working, and not seeing anything erupting out of 7 Kaya. Darn. Oh, hang on, there was one. Let's pause it, and I'm just going to manually pull it over there and see where we seen that there. Okay, so that is a beautiful sight, you guys, and that is the big mushroom head, and we like that. And we can see the off-gassing continuing there. So it has been busy. 7 Kaya, for what little we see of you, you have been busy. All right, pretty cool. Still a little bit coming from White Isle volcano. Same thing with Tofua there, and then I'm not sure that will be stuff from refineries here, coal plants here, volcano stuff from there. This would be Ibu and Dukono volcano. This guy would be our Luolatok, and then Semeru, Merapi, and Krakatoa would be making those plumes. Going up here, Bulusan would be making this stuff here, and these guys here, I'm not sure who owns those islands, but there are a couple of volcanoes out there without coverage, and it's kind of interesting. They're uninhabited islands, you guys. You can move out there, and I'm sure rent is real cheap. Anyway, we do see stuff going out into the Pacific from Suwanosi Jima, as well as okay, what material at 7 Kaya is darker than what we normally see from it? Yes, I do agree, Mars. Typically, we see a fairly lighter colored smoke coming out of there. And this time around, I think it would have had some other material in it as well. A lot of heavier ash and stuff. Anyway, this stuff from Suwanosi Jima and Sakura Jima, of course, are going out into the Pacific, and then the Chinese stuff, as well as I don't know if, how much is coming from South Korea, but all through here. So some of it getting into the Sea of Japan, and then what do they call it in here? Yellow. This is actually called the Yellow Sea, if I recall correctly. Yeah, a Yellow Sea, and then you've got the sea. What is it? South China Sea, right in here. So Yellow Sea and South China Sea, or maybe that's the South China Sea. Sorry, that would be the East something. Anyway, it's one of the China Seas. Looking here, and that would be so I'm a little confused now which volcanoes actually are doing it, because they are fairly close together. That looks like it's from Karimsky and not Bezimiani. So I'm not sure. That would be Bezimiani, and then this guy over here would be Chevrolet, unless they've got something else happening there that's causing that. I don't know right now. And real quick, we see here in South Africa, their smelting is going all the way into the Indian Ocean. And here at DR Congo, that is both coal and a volcano involved there. And RTVE would be in here somewhere, but you can't tell because of the pollution from Saudi Arabia. And then moving up to Europe, we see here on Sicily, that is our wonderful Mount Etna, and not a heck of a lot coming from Stromboli or a Volcano. So that is pretty cool, and that is kind of it. I don't see very much coming off of Iceland at all. Really good in that sense. Let's move over to our temperatures and precipitation. Have a look at Ventuski or Ventusky, depending on what you want to call it. Again, looking at North America, up in the upper portions, it has cooled off quite a bit, and not getting quite as much of that permafrost melting anymore. But we do still see a fair warmth up there, as it's not too bad. We do have horrendous heat, though, here in North America, and looking at some of these states, 41, 42, and 43, 44 degrees there, looking at Arizona. Same thing with down on the bottom end. I see 45 degrees Celsius in the bottom end of Los Angeles, or sorry, of California, and that is pretty nasty. 47 degrees Celsius in Death Valley, and I'm sure that some of those other places like Kansas and what is it, Arkansas, that's up here, and those places, I'm sure those people would have thought that they actually are in Death Valley with the temperatures that they've been happening there. So very, very hot, and hopefully that'll cool off a little bit better on the eastern side. And we'll talk about the big storm that's sitting here where this low is when we get to precipitation. And we also have some fast moving stuff in the eastern portions of the upper coast there. Going down, looking at South America, still warm. You can see our magic cutoff line, so the Amazon doing its thing as pretty normal. A little bit cooler up in the highlands, but definitely looking pretty good there. And New Zealand, it's cold, and yeah, they have winter right now, and the northern hemisphere has summer, and these guys are going through their winter temperatures, and that is what we're seeing, somewhere anywhere from 16 down to, I don't know, 10, 11 on the North Island, and then right down to the minus temperatures if you look in the right spot here on the southern island, and not that great of weather. Looking at Tasmania's got a high sitting right on top of it, parked there, and hopefully that will move down a bit more and go away. That way our wonderful nighttime shift worker there can have a look. And of course I'm talking about Leo Carlson, who lives in Melbourne area. And hopefully he'll be a little bit warmer, but yeah, it is awful cold there. 6 degrees right now. Sydney a little bit warmer at 14, and as we slide up, we got 16 degrees up in Brisbane, And Perth over on the other side is sitting at 14 with looking a little bit warmer there. Some more heat building back up in the northern portions, which is really nice. And we'll zoom out a little. Looking at Indonesian areas, pretty much normal. We do see Bangkok holding in at 29 degrees, and those other areas there. Bangkok's probably what, 85, no, 78% relative humidity. Darn it, I was close, but yeah, that is pretty nasty. You're wet no matter what happens. Kamchatka Peninsula is still holding some higher temperatures in some areas up to 29 degrees. Wow, that is pretty awesome for those guys. And we do see circulations around Japan, so probably seeing some more storm action there. We'll find out in a minute. And seeing what we have here in Saudi Arabia and Iraq. Iran, some of the higher lands or altitudes are kind of cooler, but down in the bottom here, it's hot. And I was actually watching some temperatures, and they were right in here in this area, and they showed up as 50 degrees Celsius, and that is absolutely nuts. Anyway, looking at the nighttime temperatures for the Sahara right now, holding in at about, I'd say an average of about 34, 35 degrees Celsius, doing fairly well. Looks like it has cooled off a little bit in Spain, and actually in all of the areas here, which is really good. Let's zoom in real quick. See, Piggy, though, still has 25, 26 degrees out in the island of Kos in Greece, and that is pretty warm. And looking at what we've got, a little cooler in Sicily, depending on where you are, and that is probably good. And Italy as well. The coastal areas a little warmer for nighttime, but not that. Spain cooled down a whole bunch from the daytime highs. Same thing with France. This whole area in here earlier, man, it was just cooking, and it was like it was all the way in and right into England, and completely red as far as lots and lots of heat. So I'm hoping that it is cooling off big time for you good folks in England and Holland. And Dinkle, storm chaser Barbara, is probably sitting in her pool watching our show right now, and she said it was way too hot to do anything. Anyway, looking at Germany, nighttime temperatures absolutely wonderful, looking good. Same thing with France. Like I said, it cooled down a bunch, so really good. And even Denmark was affected by that high heat, and portions of Kevin Haynes, thank you for that wonderful $2 super chat. Kevin Haynes, I'm just writing it down, so thanks, Kevin, and that is awesome. Thank you for your support. I do appreciate that, Kevin, and thank you very kindly. And okay, we see what we've got here in the northern areas, a little bit cooler in Sweden and Norway, of course, and cooling down a little bit more in Finland, but still not unseasonable. And looking at Iceland, they've got some warmer temperatures right now, 11, 12 degrees out there on the Reykjanes Peninsula. So pretty good looking stuff. Let's get right into precipitation and see where our storms are. And there's our mess over top of just to the north of me, of course. And we see that. That is covering a lot of area, northern half of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and a good chunk of Northwest Territories, even a little bit into Nunavut. We also see this storm system here. This is nasty, and Winnipeg and Manitoba and northern portions of Ontario here, northwest, or I guess, well, it'd be western portions, and even into some of the states. So North Dakota and Minnesota, that area, and right around Lake Superior is where you're getting a bunch of it. We do have a smaller storm coming across the other lakes here by Detroit. And here is what poor Sue is having to deal with out there. And hopefully she's faring okay with all that stormy stuff going on. And that's what we've got there. Looking down here in the U.S., we see variable stuff along the coastline, not anywhere as bad as it was a couple of days ago. So a little bit more split out and kind of separated areas. Also looking here in Nevada and Utah, and looking at New Mexico and Colorado, even Arizona. They've got a bunch of different kind of non-organized storms. Here's that nasty one here, and I see it is gaining a little bit of ground, moving away, but for the most part you're still seeing a lot of downward flow, and that is being caused by this big high out here. And then of course there'd probably be another high sitting right in here, and they're pushing down on this thing. So this is kind of pushing it up, and this is pushing it down. It has moved. It was here before, and has moved out and up. Hopefully it won't get too much further. Normal stuff in northern portions of South America. Chile is Chile, and we can see that mess down here. Lots of snow going over to New Zealand, and there's the storminess around it, and that is what we're seeing. So I'm probably getting precipitation in just about every place there. Here's that high that's sitting on Tasmania, so we're not going to see any rain in there right now, but there are isolated showers in there, and I'm sure they will happen somewhere along the way. Looking at our Philippine, Malaysian, Indonesian area, still all kinds of variable storms, but not as bad as they were. Some of them moved in and up a little bit. Here's a big high circulating here that might be helping keeping some of that away, but we do still see this low sitting up here in the northern end of Japan. Looking a little bit clearer up in the northern portions towards Kamchatka, and then India and that area pretty much normal. And looking at our equatorial storm almost all the way across here, doing its thing, and looking at what we've got coming down the pipe for Piggy, and nothing, no rain. Forget it, you ain't getting any, and neither is Italy. Very little here in the northern portions of Spain. France has got some storms happening, and hopefully that'll help cool things down a little bit. England has got a little bit of rain happening on the eastern portions. Anyway, I shouldn't say half. That's a lot less than a half. And we don't see any moisture up in Germany or Denmark, or bottom end of Sweden is pretty good. And then we see this out here, and that is pretty awesome, as well as this storm system building up over there. What happened? I moved too far, too fast. Quick look here at Iceland. and there we see half of Iceland is getting nailed, the other half is beautiful. So that is kind of what we're seeing. This low being nasty. Wasn't that low over here yesterday? I said it was going to go that way. I think that's the same one. I'm not sure. I don't see any other lows there, so it's got to be. Anyhow, zooming out a little bit, we do still see my equatorial storm going all the way across the planet, but we do see a lot of storminess down in the southern hemisphere. Lots of snow in the waters. So, and of course on South or Antarctica as well. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Get it? Pretty cool. No pun intended, but it's freezing, man. Freezing. Minus 74, 75, minus 76. And do we hear anything colder? And minus 77. You found a minus 77? Cool. Cold. Right on. Anyway, I'm not going to try to find it. I believe you because I see a minus 76 right there. So minus 77 would not be unheard of and out of place. Thank you, Sue. And that is pretty awesome. And we do see a lot of these other ways that this thing is floating around here. It's kind of cold no matter what we do. But ooh, minus 70 over there. There might be more cold here. All right, I'm not going to look for it. I'm sure there are spots that may have even colder temperatures, but we will leave it as that and call it minus 77 for our low for our wonderful Antarctica. So please make sure that you bundle up your penguins before you send them out to go play in the snow. And on that friendly note, you guys, it is time to wrap things up. I thank everyone for being here, and it has been an awesome and a delightful show. And I am going to see if I can put you back onto some lava, and then we'll wrap her up for today. So again, thank you everyone for being here. I do hope that you guys in Europe fare a little bit better, that you don't get cooked again tomorrow. That would be nice and awesome if you could have a little bit a better day. And don't mind the guy drawing on the screen, and that's okay. That is Cumbre Vieja from October 25th last year. That's what we're seeing there. I'm going to wrap it up, you guys. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Morgan, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields Official, and possibly Gary, and any of the other mods that were in the background. You guys are awesome. Did I say C&D Boy? I think he's here too. Yeah, I knew he was here. I'm just testing. So thanks everyone for being here today. Appreciate you mods. Also appreciate every last one of you that comes in here, all part of our wonderful lava family. Big thank you to our two super chatters of today. Not much, but they are still there. Satronics, €1, and Kevin Haynes, $2. Thank you kindly. I do appreciate everything. That is awesome, you guys. I see we're still a little bit low in the likes. If anybody has not hit that like button, here's your opportunity. Let's see if we can push it up and get it a little bit closer to that 100 mark. That would really be awesome. Hey, and remember this chart way back when? Wow, that was a lot more earthquakes than we had seen. So pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to put this back to lava, and there we go. I'll leave it on there to end out the day. So be good, everyone. You take care of yourselves and play nice, and hopefully everyone, we will see what happens. Everyone stay happy, kind, and healthy, and all those things. And we'll see everyone tomorrow evening. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more action. Something should pop up somewhere. One of these days we're going to get a little bit more lava happening. I'm sure a volcano is going to pop, and just got to be there to be able to see it. Okay, you guys, be good, take care of yourselves, and please remember, tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Good night, everyone, and take care. Oink, oink.